In our last video, we were in Clearwater Beach, Florida, where we took in the Sugar Sand Festival, explored the waterfront, and took a walk along the marina. In today's video,
we're in Dunedin, Florida.
as usual, let's start off with you telling us a little bit about this cool Central Florida town.
Dunedin was first settled in 1850 and incorporated as a town in 1899. The current population is about 36,000. It's interesting because the name Dunedin is Scottish Gaelic for Edinburgh, which is the capital of Scotland. The city pays homage to its Scottish roots by hosting Highland Games once a year. In addition, its sister city is Stirling, Scotland, and we've actually been there.
Our plan of attack for exploring this city was two parts. The first part, which we're watching right now, is exploring the very cute, quaint little downtown area, which is approximately 4 square blocks. In the second half of the video, we'll check out the pier and the waterfront.
Here you can see the tents for the downtown Dunedin market. It is every Friday and Saturday from November through June.
Yeah, Florida's opposite land. It reminds me a lot of in college when summertime is when the place is dead. And as you can imagine, given the summer's heat and humidity, pretty much the peak season here is wintertime. So if you're visiting that time of year, that's when you can expect the crowds. If you visit in the summertime, unless you're going specifically to the beach, you may find you have the place virtually to yourself. For context, we filmed this in April. If you live in Florida, somewhere shortly after around Easter, you notice that the population can drop significantly. That's why there's not quite as many people that you would see wandering around downtown as if we had filmed a month or two earlier.
Where those railroad crossing signs are is the Pinellas Trail, which is a 39-mile bike trail that's a Rails to Trails trail. It starts in Tarpon Springs and goes all the way to St. Petersburg.
The Pinellas Trail is a very popular trail. If you enjoy biking, Central Florida is a wonderful place with all the rails to trails that they have, and there's a variety of them. The Pinellas Trail obviously goes through the heart of the cities of the coastal region, but other trails like the Withlacoochee Trail, you'll find yourself in a more rural setting.
If sports are more your thing, Dunedin has its own minor league baseball team, and it is the spring training home of the Toronto Blue Jays.
And just down the road in Clearwater is where the Phillies do their spring training.
If food and drink is more your thing, there is plenty to choose from. And Dunedin is home to Florida's oldest microbrewery. I really enjoyed going in and out of all the little shops in downtown. There's lots that carry local artisans' work, everything from jewelry to housewares. There's just a lot to see and a lot of interesting, uniquely Florida items.
As we often do, we made the time to explore some of the residential areas around the downtown as well. And here we are back in the downtown, now exploring some of the side streets.
We could not have picked a better day to do this. It was beautiful and sunny, and as we said earlier, since it was April, the summer heat hadn't yet arrived. As always, I love finding murals on the side of these buildings.
And in typical fashion, as we've learned over the last year or so of making these videos, some of the coolest ones are found in the alleyways, which we'll demonstrate here shortly.
Here is the Dunedin train depot, which is now a history museum. It is open Tuesdays through Sundays. And as Jeff said before, here we are in the alleyways looking for interesting art.
At this point, we've had a pretty thorough exploration of the downtown area, so it's onward to the waterfront.
A few more fun facts about Dunedin. The first radio station from Pinellas County was here in Dunedin, WGHB, and Florida's oldest continuous garden club is the Dunedin Garden Club. Snowbirds have been coming to Dunedin for almost 100 years. W.K. Kellogg, who got his fortune from making cornflakes, bought his winter home in Dunedin in 1934.
Now that we've made it to the west side of alternative Highway 19, our first stop is to check out the pier.
I love this fish scale crosswalk a lot. In addition to the marina, there's a few restaurants and a hotel as well as a public boat launch, although parking is limited.
In the distance, you can see Clearwater Beach.
In this video, we've mentioned both Clearwater Beach and Tarpon Springs, and if you're interested in those areas, we have videos on each of them.
Honeymoon Island is just to the north, but we've decided to make that its own video sometime in the future. At this point, we've left the pier and decided to head south towards the city of Clearwater.
This is about the extent of the beach in downtown Dunedin. There's a teeny bit of sand, but definitely not a place to hang out for the day.
That's right, if your objective is having a day hanging out at the beach, Clearwater Beach would be your best destination.
There's a great trail that you can use to walk south towards Clearwater. It goes along the edge of Alt 19, which is known as Edgewater Drive at that point, and takes you through John Grant Hubbard Park. This is the Fenway Hotel, which is a Jazz Age hotel that was finished in 1927. It's actually been many things over the years, including home to Trinity College from 1961 to 1988. It is once again a hotel. It is part of the Marriott Autograph Collection.
There's definitely a lot to see in this part of Florida. In a previous video, Caroline and I mentioned that there is a trolley that you can take. You can explore from Tarpon Springs into Clearwater, and then it even goes out into the beach communities. If you want to maximize your stay and see as much as possible without the burden of driving, we'd recommend taking the trolley. With that said, it's time to wrap things up. All right, how'd you like Dunedin, Florida?
I love Dunedin. It has the cutest little downtown, and then you can walk out to the pier. It's got everything that you love about Florida. It's great.
Yeah, what I would say is this is a must-see if you have Clearwater or Clearwater Beach on your list, because it's literally right there. In and of itself, there's not a ton to it. The downtown's maybe, 4 square blocks.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a beach. There's a pier, if you want to call it that, and a marina, so there isn't a whole lot of waterfront to explore. But again, if you package it with the Clearwater Beach, absolutely a must-see, and it's right here on Alt 19, which is so convenient if you like to take the more scenic route over the traditional 19. So yeah, definitely a thumbs up from me.
Me too.
All right, get off the couch. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.